Welcome to the League of Extraordinary Fangirls. We have a good show. Today is the season premiere for The Legends of Tomorrow. And we have our fangirl, the one who knows about this show, who can school this Ghostbuster fangirl. We have LGZ. Hey, LGZ, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, how are you? How are you?
I'm good. So tell me about this show. Legends of Tomorrow. I'm looking it up. I'm seeing some time shifting elements here. I haven't watched it, unfortunately. But is it like Quantum Leap or is it like?
No, no, not exactly. Okay, so Legends
Okay.
of Tomorrow, it has the Atom
Okay.
from the Arrow,
Okay.
and it has Sarah Lance, who is Laurel Lance's sister, also from the Arrow.
Okay.
It has Hawk Girl and Hawkman, and I believe they originally premiered Hawk Girl in The Flash about 2 seasons ago. And then there is there is also from the Flash is I forgot what the name of that character is, but it's the old guy, and it used to be the old man and Ronnie, but then Ronnie got killed on the Flash, and so then they had this black guy. I can't think of his name right now, and
Okay.
Firestorm. That's what I think it is, Firestorm. So it's two people combined in one. That's Firestorm. So Firestorm. Let's see, the Hawk Girl, Hawkman, Sarah, Adam, and then Captain Cold and what is the other guy's name? Oh, I can't right now because you're asking me. This is why I can't remember, right? But they're from the Flash. I saw them premiere in the Flash maybe about 3 seasons ago. Like yeah. So this is season 3. So it was season 1 when I saw them, Captain Cold and the Heat guy. They're both in there. So it's like they're all in there, and this guy from the future comes back. Apparently in like 2759. I don't know. It's way in the future. Vandal Savage kills his family, and so he's come back to get all these people, and they're like, hey, we're going to go try to kill Vandal Savage, basically. And Vandal Savage is this really bad guy who is from, like, ancient Egypt, and he's linked to Hawk Girl and Hawkman because if he kills them, he gains more power. So he's killed them, like, over and over again because they keep going to different timelines. He's
Okay.
able to maneuver, go through time and kill them over and over, so... And it was weird because, like, last season, which was the first season of Legend of Tomorrow, I think Hawkman was in there for, like, I don't really know, maybe 2 episodes or 3 episodes or something, I don't know. And then they killed him off. And then, Hawk Girl was in there, and, okay, so let me just say this. Like, I like them, but they're kind of not doing it for me on the show, I guess is a good way to say it. So it's been kind of interesting because they're not really doing it for me on the show. And then like they killed him off, and then like later down the line, I think it was like maybe 2 shows before the season ended, they brought him back, but it was
What?
like a different timeline him, or I don't know. There's a lot going on. He had been brainwashed and was actually working with Vandal Savage. It was weird. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on because if I'm not mistaken, Hawk Girl, Hawkman are gone. That's great. I'm actually wondering like who they'll either replace them with, or is it just going to be the other guys? And what kind of I'm interested to see what kind of adventures are going to go on. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It comes on right after we finish this show in my time zone, so I'm super excited. So I'll be trying to watch it and find out everything I can, and I can have more details for everybody next week. I figure by next week everybody should have watched it, so I'm going to give all the spoilers away next week. So just FYI. And today is Thursday, so we had the Flash that came on so Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl came on Monday, and
Okay,
then
Supergirl. Go ahead.
so I haven't watched Supergirl yet. The Flash came on Tuesday.
Okay.
Arrow came on yesterday.
Okay.
They're all DVR'd. I'm like gonna do them all today. Like I'm watching them backwards, but I'm gonna do them all tonight. So then next week I'll be able to have all the juicy details as far as like the shows go, because I love watching the shows and I do that.
So I got it. So all these are DC shows. So like basically DC got like 4 shows going per week. Is that how it looks?
Yeah. So yeah,
Whoa.
Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and I'm trying to think, is there any? Well, I think they're going to start another one. If I'm not mistaken, I'm understanding they're going to do another one, but I don't remember. I saw a commercial for it or advertisement or something. So, but I don't remember what it was going to be based on or whatever. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen.
Do they so per week do the storylines work on the same, like are they in the same current universe? Like whatever happens on Tuesday will affect the show on Wednesday, that'll affect the show on Thursday. Is that how they've done it before? Because that's really interesting if they've done it like that.
So not necessarily, right? Because it's like what happens here in Austin, Texas, does not affect anything that happens in Los Angeles, right? So
Yes,
that's how
yes.
they kind of spin it. They can get like if they need to do a crossover show, they'll just say, "Oh, I'm going to Central City," and apparently
Mhm.
that's like a few hours away or whatever. But I mean, that's not necessarily that oh, if we do this show here, it affects a different show or whatever. And not until like the crossover shows. The only show that's kind of not in that's coming in now was Supergirl. And
Okay.
of course, I'm the voice of opposition. I did not want that show coming in because it was weird, right? Because when Supergirl was on CBS,
Hmm.
they did a crossover show with the Flash, right? And I
Okay.
guess they were kind of anticipating the whole Flashpoint thing, and I mean I think that was how they were going to introduce her into that universe through the Flashpoint. But when he came into her universe the last time, then she was just like, what are you doing here? We don't know who you are. She's like, oh, I'm from regular Earth, or whatever. I mean, it was
Okay.
weird, right? So now, I guess when they did the Flashpoint episode 2 weeks ago, I guess since he messed everything up, I guess now she's supposed to be kind of like encompassed in that particular world or whatever. So it's kind of weird, and it was just like that's why I was like, why would you use Flashpoint to do that? You're like, you know what I'm saying? But that, I digress. But I didn't understand it, so I'm a little bit kind of trying to see how that's going to work out and how everything's going to go, and as far as like how the shows and how many crossovers they're going to do, whatever. And plus, now Superman is on the Supergirl show now because
Mhm.
first season he was not. They just had to like if they showed him, from afar, his face was mashed out, nobody could see, and they could just see the cape, and you just
Mhm.
kind of like assume that was Superman and not Bizarro. But now he's supposed to be it.
Oh,
So I'm interested to kind of see what's gonna happen with that.
okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. I mean, Flash is the one that had the Earth 1, Earth 2, yeah, that thing, right? Because all the
Super Earth,
shows,
Earth
yeah,
17, yeah, all that.
yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not, I'll tell you, you're schooling me because I don't know much about these shows, but that's good because you're keeping me up to date. I might actually dive in these shows because I swear, I mean, I think it was The Flash or maybe it was Arrow, but one of the shows I remember I was listening to with my eyes closed and it just seemed kind of stilted. But I don't know if that was just dramatic and I don't understand drama or whatever. But
What?
it was
Thanks.
I don't but this is good. I mean, you're keeping me up to date. So you know what? This makes me want to see Legends of Tomorrow today.
It's a good
Yes.
show. It's a good show. I can't. I mean, like I said, it went a little slow. Went a little slow in the middle there. But I mean, last for that first season, it was like good, and then you're going to get slow, and then it got good again. So I mean, it has the potential to be a really, really great show. I just, you know, again, next week I'm going to be giving out spoilers. So
Okay.
if you're watching this and you don't want to know the spoilers next week, don't come. No, you should come anyway just to get the spoilers because it's so awesome. Yeah, no, I'll be definitely. I'm looking forward to see what kind of again, even just watching with the arrow coming back and everything. I was really surprised because I was thinking, oh. What's going to happen or how are they going to spin it? Because the arrow's kind of been a little like slow the last couple seasons. So I'm like, how are they
Yeah.
going to spin
Yeah.
it? And then they went straight into the mafia, the Russian mafia. I was like, yeah, I was hyped. I was hyped. I have this thing. I have this whole obsession with Russian mafia tattoos and whatnot. I've
Mhm.
watched a lot of documentaries, and I'm weird about that. But yeah,
No, it's okay. It's
so
okay. I,
so
I was like that with the Yakuza for a minute. Like,
yeah,
ooh, you know. So, yeah,
yeah,
mafias from different countries. Gotta
yeah.
collect them all, type of thing. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, no, but that's cool. That's cool. So is that your specialty shows? Are you like the show girl? Like if I need to know about a show, I can hit you up. Is that what you're about? Like,
I do watch a lot of shows.
okay,
I can't tell a lie. I watch a lot of shows, and not just not just fangirl, Supergirl, but I mean like a lot of shows like others like Law and Order, SVU. I'm probably the
okay,
only person that really watches that still, but I love that, and just different stuff that probably a lot of people my age or your age probably would not watch. I watch like, and I'm like addicted and DVRing. I mean that DVR. I mean I really literally like I can't even do movies because I have so many shit like at certain times of the year like especially if I'm in school or something like that. I
uh-huh.
just like my DVR gets like up to like 70-80% full of just shows that I need to like knock out and watch, and then like on a weekend I'll spend a whole day like burning through so
But doesn't it feel good binge watching? I love binge
I love binge
watching.
watching. It's awesome. I'll just
Yes.
say it's awesome. So yeah, no, that's why when Luke Cage came out, I was just like, on like 2 hours of sleep because I was in there like I would watch until I passed out. I'd be watching and be like, they're
Yeah.
like so I was
That
like crazy watching like the whole thing. So yeah,
yeah.
I'm the show person. I love watching shows. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean that's cool. Okay, okay. Because I remember you saying something about another show, and it doesn't have to be about the comic universe. I think fangirl just means we're girls and we're a fan of it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how I'm taking it.
Yes.
So yeah, when it comes to uh recently, I think anything bordering obsession with me is probably Ghostbusters. I've actually I hate to say it. I've never cosplayed before. I never wore a costume before. I never was like, okay, I'm gonna put myself out there like this. However, this I think it was 2 weeks ago. I actually got, or no, last weekend. Not this. Yeah, last weekend. I got a Ghostbuster outfit, and there's actually a group of people called GhostbustersDetroit.com, and they go around places, and it was, yeah, I was with them
I saw
on a,
your picture. I
yes,
saw
on
your
Facebook.
picture.
Yes, we
Yes,
were
I saw your
there.
picture.
It was cool, man. Like I really had a good time. The gun shoots out bubbles, and
Oh,
we
how
were
cute.
crossing streams, even though we're not supposed to cross streams. But it was pretty good. Like I really enjoyed the reboot, and to the point where I'm now a Ghostbuster now. So yeah. So yeah, but like yeah. So I appreciate that you can keep me up to date with the shows. You mentioned one show before, 13. Um,
13th. Yeah, it's a documentary. Yeah, so it came out like a week ago, right? Okay, so it came out a week ago. I think it's was done by a lady named Ava, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. Ava Devani, or something like that. I don't know her name, or I can't pronounce that last name. I know her first name is Ava. That's what I do know. So it's a documentary about the prison system and how it affects minorities, African Americans in particular, and how it's kind of like saying talking about the 13th Amendment, where it's kind of like basically it says you have the right to vote unless you've committed a crime or something like that, then you don't have the rights. And it's basically talking about how the prison system is disproportionate towards African Americans and how it's basically putting them into modern day slavery through the court system and like all this disproportionate prison arresting and prisoning and stuff of black men and women. So I mean, again, very good. It's about an hour and
35 minutes or something like that.
Hmm.
Worth every dang on second. Like
Okay.
I literally like, I was there and I was just thinking and I was sitting in front of my computer and I was, as they're going through, I'm like stopping it and Googling and then like, I'm crying because it was just like, it was really, really sad, saying talking about saying how disproportionate the prison system is for African Americans, and it was, I mean, again, just really, really sad. A lot of information. I mean, I can't stress enough, if you have the chance or the opportunity to watch you should do it. I mean, it's a really good documentary. I mean, that's what I'll say about it. It's a really good documentary. And I mean, like, you think about modern day slavery and you think about debtors prisons and things like this, and this is like it's nothing, saying compared to what we're actually facing. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, sorry, somebody almost hit my car. Sorry,
Oh my gosh, be careful. Be careful.
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. So it's like, it's like really, really crazy about, saying how disproportionate and, just the numbers of, people that are in prisons versus, and like, just think about, I'll say something like, when they talked about drug use and, saying stuff like that, there are people like non-minorities are 5 times more likely to use drugs, abuse drugs, stuff like that, and they get slaps on the wrist versus African Americans and Latinos who will get will get like double or triple the prison time or sentencing for saying these same crimes, right? So
mm,
again, really, really just eye opening, I guess, is really because I mean I've not been to jail. I don't have any felonies or anything like that, and I've never been in the prison system. However, you think about, I have, a cousin that went to jail for a crime he
so far, LGZ hasn't steered me wrong. Um, this is the this is what the thing looks like on here we go. This is what it looks like. Okay, here we go. If I can do this correctly, I think so. All right. So this one here is basically it's called 13th from slave to criminal on one amendment. It opened up October 7th, so I want to check it out because as a person of color, you know, our nation's history basically is that's part of our history, and if we want to know why things are the way they are now, where the attitudes came from, we can easily look back in our history. So, yeah, I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful you told me about the show because that's something that's up my alley. I enjoy stuff like that. Literally, I do. There's a book. Um, there's a book. I don't know if you read it, but it's called New Jack, and it spoke about our prison system. This is like maybe a good 10 years ago almost. Let's see if I can not New Jack City, but New Jack the book.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can show you an image of this. Yep, this is it right here. Um, it's by Ted Conover. He is a journalist, and what he did was for 2 years he went into the prison as a correctional officer, and he wrote this book, and I couldn't put it down. I mean, I read it for school, and I couldn't put it down. It was that good. I couldn't put it down. So, but you got cut off with your cousin. I don't know if if that
All
was,
right.
yeah. What happened? Okay, right when you said he got accused, and then it just went dark. So what
So
happened?
he got accused of a crime and spent 15 years in jail, and he didn't actually commit the crime.
Wow, 15 years.
15 years.
15 years. Oh
15
my
years.
God. Wow.
And so, it's kind of, he was exonerated on some other evidence, but I mean, again, 15 years of your life in a prison system, and when you're talking about how disproportionate the prison system is already against black males, is like a big, big deal. And, the Innocence Project, I mean, you've heard of these stories on the news. The
Yes.
Innocence Project is like turning over so many cases of minorities, especially black and Latino males, who are in the prison system, unjustly, saying that were exonerated on false testimony and things like that. So watching that documentary 13th was like really just like, it made me cry. It was very eye opening. I want to read this book, New Jack, because I've not heard of it, but I wanna read it because I want to understand, saying I want to kind of see it from that perspective as well. But again, just, I mean, it was just an interesting book nonetheless. So, I mean, I was very, an interesting documentary, and I'm interested to read the book. I love reading, so I'll definitely pick it up and see what it's about. But, yeah, man, it's just, I mean, you think about stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy, right? And it's just like,
yeah, it
it's
is
crazy.
crazy. It is crazy. I totally understand. I mean, not understand. I get it because like, I remember speaking of like just the court system, I got a ticket and I had to pay for it, and I didn't like the idea that the bailiff person or whatever, who bailiff, I had to like just follow this guy, and I didn't even know what was going on. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like they teach you this stuff in school. You just,
Right.
yeah, So I didn't. Later on, hindsight's 2020 or whatever. Later on, I found out I could have gotten out of the ticket. I could have done XYZ. I could have done this, this, and this, but no,
Yeah.
you just don't know. But yeah, it's the New Jack is a really good book. Yeah, he was a guard at Sing Sing, and if there's one quote, if there was one quote that I really liked from that book, he was talking about how when people make projections about future prisons, he said
Mhm.
he was talking to an inmate, and he said the inmate, I forgot the inmate's name, but one of the people there said, just think about it. When they make these projections of expansion, and they talk about 10, 15 years, we need a new whole prison. Who are we building these things for? We're building them for our children, So
Right. Right.
yeah, and I was just like that right there. I was like, wow, and the system unfortunately isn't bent on rehabilitating to make citizens that citizens that work for society. You know what I mean?
Right.
Contributing. Well, you know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
I get it. I get it.
yeah. So basically, yeah. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but
It is.
yeah.
It is unfortunate, but I mean, you're right though. I mean, I think if I read it correctly, they take the test scores from kids in third grade to plot out prisons for later on down the line. So I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, and it's a big deal. I mean, but I mean, right now we have prisons that are overcrowded. I mean, just take California for instance. We have so many three strikes, prisoners for like weed cases and weird stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like those now, weed cases are misdemeanors now. I know they used to be big deals, but now they're like they're misdemeanors now. So, but you can't let them out because they're three strikes, and I mean, it's just a lot of. I mean, they're letting people out by the droves, in California because
Yeah.
they have so many inmates that are, and they talked about that in the documentary as well. Talk about how California's got so many inmates they had to shut down the intake and let all these people out because they didn't have any more room because there were so many three strikes, offenders or whatever. It's like ridiculous, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's
So
unfortunate.
it really, that's the I and that's the thing. I love it when pop culture, when it comes up with not just dry documentaries, but something that makes you understand and feel, especially when it's hit close to home. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like I guess you could say I'm a fangirl for documentaries. When I saw that Super Size Me, holy crap! I didn't eat McDonald's for like a whole year, and then the McGriddles came out, and I was like, okay. game over.
I still don't eat McDonald's, okay? I still don't eat McDonald's. But yeah, no. So, I mean, I love documentaries too. Yes, I'm definitely a fangirl for documentaries because I can sit up and watch. I mean, I've watched so many documentaries. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. I've always been like that. My favorite ones are, oh, I'm not gonna say, but yeah, I love documentaries.
Yeah, they even got like a Netflix just for, not Netflix, but they even got a service. You know how they got Netflix, they got Crunchyroll, they got Hulu. I don't know what it's called, but they got a specific service just for documentaries. That's all that's on the thing is documentaries. Yeah.
No. I actually used to watch that a lot. They had a lot of good stuff on there. But then they had, let me tell you something. This is the one thing I don't like about Netflix. I love this segment, but this is just my gripe, my side gripe, guys. This is just an opinion piece, okay?
All right.
But one time I went into the documentaries and they had a movie in there called Nymphomaniac Part 1 and Part 2.
Okay.
This is not a documentary. This is a movie about a woman telling a story about her life as pertains to her nymphomaniac obsession.
All right.
It's not a documentary, Netflix.
I know you're just like, oh man, nah.
I was like, oh my god. I said, oh, let's see what this is. And then I watched it. I was like, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about when they combine the two and they call it a mockumentary or something like that? What do you like, Michael Moore? You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on that?
So like Michael Moore stuff, I think I don't necessarily say would be. I think it counts as documentary, right?
Okay.
I mean, have you seen Sicko before?
I didn't see Sicko, but I saw the one with the war with the Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit 9/11. Okay, yeah.
That's the one I saw. Fahrenheit 9/11. That's the one I saw. Yeah.
So like all of those, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a staunch liberal or anything like that, but I mean, those documentaries are good. You know what I mean? I can't say that they're not good. They are good documentaries. I wouldn't consider him a mockumentary. Like This Is Spinal Tap. It's kind of like a mockumentary. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be based on the real thing, but it's kind of not, and it's just more of a parody type, but it is kind of a documentary. But I mean, that's what I consider that, or really, I don't know if I really even consider that a documentary. But anyway, I would kind of consider that more of a mockumentary than anything else. But I mean, I love documentaries on all types of subjects, whether it be anything really. I actually watched a documentary about the porn industry, which was very eye-opening. I'm not really, into that, but it was just.
Was it Hot Girls Wanted on Netflix?
It was not hot. No, because they were like after the porn or something. Like
after. Okay.
Yeah, it was like after they got out of porn or something. I don't know. It's like weird like that. And they like went to these women's houses, like went to the porn stars' houses in suburbia and, with their kids, being soccer moms, and whatever.
Wow.
It was a very interesting thing, but again, just I like stuff like that. I mean, but it's just I love documentaries, and it's just like kind of like whatever is a good documentary. I've even watched some documentaries about pimping, and oh my God, I mean, like it's weird. I mean, it's just I just love documentaries. So yeah, no, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched too many mockumentaries. Like I said, This Is Spinal Tap is probably like the only one that I could probably put in a category like that, but.
Yeah. I hear you. No, one of the reasons why some people said that Michael Moore stuff may have been mockumentaries is because he doesn't keep he doesn't keep objective. He's very biased. There's a great bias, but I think it's entertaining. I'm not falling asleep. It's not like those 1950s, Yeah.
Right. No. I mean, okay. Michael Moore is very biased. I mean, and okay, so if you were to only see, because the one thing I know about him, like no matter what movie he does, he always institutes, Detroit in his movies because that's where he's from. He always talks about, the disadvantage and how poor it is, and everybody knows, Michigan is messed up, or Detroit is like poor, and everybody knows it's messed up. Like you don't have to do it in every movie. Like we know that it's messed up. Man.
Yeah, he does capitalize on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he has an issue, and he's seeing it from his way, and it's not like a fallacy of an argument. It's just a different viewpoint of the argument. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
yeah,
necessarily want to say he's biased. It's just he sees it from his side. I mean, there are other documentaries that counter that. I mean, there's stuff out there. I mean, just it doesn't get as much traction because it's not Michael Moore, and that's
yeah,
not his fault. I don't
yeah. With Michael Moore capitalizing on Flint, I don't know. I don't know what it is about white males using urban landscapes to get their street cred. But if it's not Michael Moore with Flint, it's Eminem with Detroit. Something. I don't know.
But they're from there. So they're from there, right? So I mean, they got
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
film,
yeah.
man. I mean, that's
I
a,
just take it fun. I just poke it fun.
that's
I'm
funny.
just
No,
joking.
they're from there. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
I just don't like, me personally. I'm just like more of a, I mean, we know that it's screwed up there. You know what I mean? Like we know, and we love it that you're touching on it, a lot. I mean, and it's just like, but I mean, every move,
Yeah, and they gotta stop.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
how do you know that? We're not talking about Detroit, but
I
yeah.
know. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it's part of his identity that everything that he makes that's a documentary, he has to also always mention where he's from.
Right.
I have to say though, as a Detroiter, okay, I understand our reputation may not be as clean as some other cities, but it's getting better. I have to say it's getting better. I think what you call it, I don't know. If people make fun of hipsters, I don't know. These guys have been pumping money into the city. So for all those what you call it, sculpted facial hair, plaid wearing, PBR drinking, I salute
Yeah.
all you guys. I really do. Thank you for investing in the city. Literally, if you come visit, it's getting better. It's getting better. It's not as terrible as people make it out to be.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
but also keep in mind you have a lot of people that are not hipsters that live outside of Michigan that are
Hmm.
investing. I had a friend buy like a couple houses there, so I
Yeah.
mean, that lives here in Texas. So I mean,
Wow.
it's just but there is just kind of like a more of a business opportunity instead versus just they're trying to clean it up for this for the sake of Detroit. That may not be exactly what it is. But again, it is good that they're putting some money to the city, and I'm hoping that the money is getting spent in the right places
Mhm.
and not in the wrong ones. I really hope that they do something about the water in Flint because hey, I understand it's still messed up.
Yes.
So I mean,
Yes.
we definitely need to bring some attention to that, and maybe Michael Moore's next movie will deal with that.
Mhm.
But that would be warranted because people are getting sick, they're dying, the children are being poisoned. I mean, I would hope that they would have someone to kind of cover that, and Michael Moore, I think, would be the perfect person since he's from there. But with my luck, he won't do a movie about that. He'll do something else, and just tie it in or something. I don't know.
Well, Michael Moore, if you're listening, Michael Moore, if you're
Do it,
thirsty,
do it.
Flint, do it. That's your hometown, baby, Flint. Oh man, yeah, but yeah, I'm a fangirl for stuff like that. Like I'm a fangirl for comedy, stand up. Like I just finalized. Okay. I'll tell you. So in June, a long time ago, or July, I watched this lady on Netflix. Her name is Ali Wong. She's female, Asian American, and she was pregnant at the time, and she had her special. I don't know if you saw that stand up special, but it was good. I'm gonna go see her live. I'm gonna go see
Oh
her live.
yay!
I pulled the trigger and I bought my airfare and my Airbnb, and I've been had my ticket since June. I thought I refunded it because I accidentally bought one ticket and not two. So, but oh well, I'm going. Who cares? I'm going. I am so excited. But yeah, I do you like stand up specials? Are you into that type of stuff?
I do. Okay, so I'll just tell you this. Like, I like comedy, but
Okay.
I'm not a person that seeks out comedy. So
Mm.
okay, so like 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago? 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was in the bed, laying in the bed, cuddling, and I was flipping through the channels, and I saw Godfrey on. Godfrey had a special on,
Okay.
and so I watched the Godfrey. So I said, "Oh, well, let me just see what this is." And I turned to it, and I swear I was in tears for like 3/4 of the time I was watching it. I was laughing so hard. My honey was laughing super hard. Like it was so hilarious.
I
And I
believe
was
it.
just like, oh my goodness, like this is so crazy. And then we were like, we got to tape this. We got to find it again and tape it, right? Because like we wanted it on the DVR, right? Because just in case, because it was just that funny. And then maybe a week after that, another one was on, and we were like, oh no, maybe we got to watch this because of the Godfrey one,
Yeah.
and we turned to that guy, and that was like freaking hilarious. I mean, it was funny. So, I mean, I'm not, like I said, not a person that like actively seeking out comedians. I think the last comedy show I went to, and this is gonna date me, was when the Kings of Comedy were on tour. So that has got to be like at least 10 or no, actually it's been 15 years because I went to that before I ever had children. So that's the last time I went to a comedy show was like over 15 years ago to the Kings of Comedy. And I went with my, my husband or whatever, and that was like crazy at the time or whatever. So it was just, just interesting, but I'm just like, oh my goodness. But I didn't even like the Kings of Comedy. I didn't even think that was that funny. Like, like, I mean, I saw I went and saw it live, and then I saw the movie, and then I was just like, I don't know. It was like maybe one or two people that was out of the four. It was two that were funny, and I was just like, okay, I was glad I didn't pay for it, because I was like, I would have wasted my money. But now my girlfriend, she just invited me like today to go see Gary Owens. He's here in town. Gary Owens is here in town, like this weekend, and so she's like, oh, let's go, and I'm just thinking, I don't know, because that guy is kind of funny, but
Oh
I
my
don't know if he's
god.
like super funny. I don't know.
I love Gary Owen. He don't care. Like he's fearless. He's fearless. He's fearless. That's what I like about him. He don't care. He's just like, you know what? I'll say what I can. And because the first time he started talking about Black Church, I think he's a white comedy or white comic, right? Yes. He talked about Black Church. I was just like, oh, no, he isn't. I was scared for him, but he was pretty good. He actually described it to a T. Yeah, so I was just like, all right.
I saw that on TV. I actually saw that particular sketch on TV. So that part was funny, but that like around that. It wasn't so funny. So I was just like, So now when my friends ask me, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go see it. So we'll see. I may go. I may not go. It's still up for debate. I'm still trying to see if I will go, but I don't know. I'm still up for debate.
Yeah. So
I'm going to go find this. You said Amy Wong?
Yeah. Ali. A-L-I.
Ali Wong. Okay. I'm going to go try to find her on Netflix later so I can see if she's funny.
Yeah, because literally the only other Asian American comedian I know is Margaret Cho, and she's
funny.
Okay. I don't know. I like her old stuff.
Okay, she's some funny, but some of the stuff she's funny.
Yeah. She has some bits that I'm dying, but then there's some bits where I'm just like, I don't get it. Like I'm just looking like, okay, you guys got it, yeah. But no, but seriously, this is I seek for comedy. That's the thing that I actually do seek for. This is how bad I seek for stand-up comedy. I went on Netflix and like if it doesn't make, I'll skip through it and see if it makes me laugh. If I'm not laughing at certain things in there, then I won't even watch it all the way through. So that's what I do with everybody, just because I hate feeling like I waste my time. That's why I really appreciate you telling me what's good in the show. Because if I watch something and it's awful, I take it so personally. Like I can't take that time back. I cannot take that time back. Like I could have been doing other things. I could have been eating sushi or sleeping or any other my other favorite things to do. But anyway, so I seek it to the point where I caught myself watching a comedy special of it was in Spanish, and I was reading the subtitles, and I'm here like it took me a while to see like wait a minute, what am I doing? Wow, like yeah. So that's what I see. Like the shows and movies, I don't exactly seek for, but I'll watch them if I'm invited, or I'll watch them if I see a lot of good reviews. But comedy stuff, yeah. I'm head first. I'm head first in that. I actually did a couple of open mic stand-ups myself, so I yeah. So I enjoy it. I have to hone in my craft because there's so many things to stand up. There's so many different ways to deliver and timing and blah 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 that I have to hone it if I do want to continue doing it. But yeah, I love stand up, especially the older people like freaking like what you call it, George Carlin. Oh my God, he's like my hero. Like I don't know if you watch George Carlin, but yeah, I wish I could like not DVR, but I wish I could buy like his whole collection because George Carlin is pretty. He's pretty. He's
pretty funny.
He's on point, man. He's brave too. Half the stuff that come out his mouth, I'm surprised he wasn't killed by the CIA or something. Seriously, I was just like, yeah. It's oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say if you want to see like some funny stuff that's not necessarily comedy, but is like always freaking funny. Those Comedy Central when they do those roasts.
Yes.
God. My God.
Yes.
I cry every single time. Every time. I like literally like last week I watched one was on TV and then I went back and I Googled another. Oh my God. I was just like in tears. Those guys are so funny.
I believe it.
Because they're not really comedian. Like some of them are, but this, oh my God, so funny. So freaking funny.
I believe it. There's a lady, her name is Lisa Lampanelli. She's like the queen of roasting.
I love her.
But I don't have cable. I just have internet. That's why everything I'm talking to you about is like Netflix.
No, I mean, you can Google, like, if you Google, okay, you know what,
okay.
You can Google, like, you know, Google the roast. I mean, you know, and yeah, between Lisa Lampanelli and Jeff Ross, those two, oh my God. I'm done. Like, they kill me every single time. Oh my God. I had to watch. Emmett Smith had some type of something rather, and Jeff Ross was on there. Oh my gosh, for Emmett Smith, I watched it, I cried, and then I rewatched it again, and we're like cried all over again. Like it was still funny the second time, even though I just watched it. Like that's good comedy. That's good comedy. Like I mean, I never see like a Jeff Ross in concert here or whatever. So I'm I don't know where he does this stuff, but when he's on those things, holy crap, girl, it's like hilarious. It's like super hilarious.
I believe it. We need to come up with like a not reading list, but a watch list. Cause like I like your style, lady. I like your style. I like how you break it down. So you sell it pretty good. Cause a lot of people that tell me to watch, like, oh, it's cool, it's all right. Like they don't have, they don't say what to look for, kind of thing. So yeah, I appreciate you breaking it down. Oh, quickly, is there anything else that we can talk about that's new coming up? Because I have one thing, but it's like beauty related. That's it.
Oh, it's not really fangirl related. It's like business related, maybe. It's business related. Yeah, no, I do business, so that's just like I started my blog today, and I haven't posted anything, but I'm like super excited about my blog and everything like that. So I'm super excited. So next week I'll have some content on it, and then I can tell you guys about it next week. But other than that,
So what's the blog thingy? I'll put it up on here. What's the thing?
There's nothing on it. There's nothing. I literally just started like 2 hours ago. Like literally just started it.
You know what though? I'm glad you're doing the move. We can feature. You know, that's what we do. We feature each other here. We celebrate all the fangirls, all the stuff. You know, I'll tell you, I've had YouTube since 2006, before Google bought YouTube, and on my own personal channel, I hate to admit it, I don't really have a video up. So for you to get your blog up, let's do it. Let's do it. Baby steps, baby. Baby steps, baby. Okay, so next week I'll put in the plug where the location is and everything. So
Yay.
yes. Um, I gotta tell you, because I'm so excited about this stuff. I want to buy it. I'm kind of scared because I'm thinking last time I dyed my hair myself, I made my whole back purple. But anyway, yeah. It was like back. I'm gonna date myself now too. This was back in 2001. So that was what, 15 years ago. 15 years ago, when the punky colors were just first coming out, kind of thing, mainstream. I bought some, and I didn't know what semi-permanent meant. I didn't know semi-permanent meant it'll still wash out, even after even after you rinse it all out, it still washes out. So
yeah.
anyway, this product called Splat, they're they're a company, and they just came out with a product that's exclusive to Target, I think. It's one of those bright colored dyes, but you don't have to bleach your hair.
Oh, okay. That's actually kind of
yes, you don't have to, because with my hair, I have to make this like high yellow or white before I can put put any of that stuff in. So next week, if you see, I wanna try it. I really wanna try it. So maybe not next week, maybe the week after next. I'll get the bravery for that. But I do wanna see, yeah.
Have you ever tried henna before?
Henna, I've heard about it. I did it on my arm, but I didn't do it in my hair. So
Right. Yeah, so if Lush, I don't know if you guys have Lush up there, Lush Cosmetics. It's like an all-natural type of store, and you can buy like a block of henna. And I think for to dye your hair, adult woman, it's like 2 blocks. It's like a 4 square block, and you can take like 2 of the blocks, and you just put it in. You have to like cook it, kind of, like put it in warm water, it melts, it dissolves, and then let it cool down, and you just put it on your hair, and it really does because my hair is very hard to color. I usually have to I used to do highlights a lot, and what I would do is have to I'd put the color in and then I'd boost the color, what I'm saying, with the bleach, so it'd like be one and the same. So if I boosted it, if I did it blonde, it would come out really blonde because it's boosted and got bleach in it, right? And it did a lot of damage to my hair, so I don't color anymore until I found the henna. Now I can do the henna and it, just break it off. It's all natural. You just, like I said, you cook it and put it on your head, and it works super wondrous on your hair, and it really gives it a nice little shimmer shine. You can either go black or you can go like a brown or a lighter brown.
Okay.
There's not too many colors, but if you want to kind of lighten it up and give yourself a different look, what I'm saying, or a different tint. It's good, and it's not permanent, but it's not semi-permanent to where it runs down your back type of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you're not going to turn your back, black or brown or whatever because of that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what your hair looks like, though. I'm interested because I want to see what it looks like. What color are you thinking about?
Well, I love midnight blue, and I work for myself, so it's not like I have to stick to keep my job colors, but I wanted to try midnight blue at first, maybe go back to purple. I saw some people rocking cerulean, or what's that, blue green color, like seafoam, not seafoam, but cerulean. Yeah, cerulean.
I don't know what color. Google that color, but yeah.
Yeah, or even I think this kind of blue. I think that's what's.
Oh.
Yeah, cyan, cyan,
okay.
Cyan, yeah, that's the name. Red. I don't know. I just figured if it doesn't hurt my hair, I don't have to bleach it. Then I'm okay with it. Even if it does run a little bit, I'm okay. I'm not gonna be too mad about that. Yeah.
Let's not let it turn your back to different colors and whatnot. That's not cool.
Oh
either.
yeah, I invested in a back brush thingy, so I should be good. It's like
good.
back scratcher of the tub, you know, whatever. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to see. I love, I love beauty. I love, hair, different hair, and sometimes, I'll switch my hair up, and I'll have some colored hair in, or what, Hey, I switch it up. So I love colors, but I'm interested to see what your hair is gonna look like. That way, that week you're gonna have to wear it down so we can get a
Oh
really good
yes. Oh
to
yes.
look at it and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's finally cooling down here because this room is kind of hot, so everything has to get off my neck. But it's cooling down here. I'll start wearing it down a little bit and stuff like that. Looking half as cute as you guys normally are on here. Yeah, between you, Lena, and Crystal, I'm here like, okay, I need to put something on my face or whatever. But I don't know, like that's the one thing that I like. I like what you call it. I like beauty. I just guess I'm a little lazy, but I like it. I like it. I'm just a little lazy about it. Oh, speaking of beauty, a fellow YouTuber, she's like the queen YouTuber here. Her name is Jenna Marbles. I don't know if you saw her last video, but she shaved her eyebrows. Um, Question. What do you feel? How do you feel about shaving your eyebrows and penciling in all kinds of designs? Her video was so hilarious. She ended up with like a Nike swoosh at one point. I mean, but like,
No, see, I don't understand that because I don't understand the whole cutting off of the eyebrows. I'm just gonna, and the reason why I'm saying is because my mother-in-law recently just cut hers off, and I was
really?
just like, why would you do that? Like, why do you hate yourself? Like, that's my thing. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you cut your eyebrows off? Like, I totally do not understand that. But I mean, apparently she didn't like them, and she said they were getting on her nerves, so she cut them. And I mean, that's
Wow.
fine. I don't understand the whole point of taking them off to pencil them back on. If you don't want them, cut them off. But if you're going to keep them and pencil them back on, I don't see the point. Like, that's just me though. I personally do not see the point. So I mean, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I don't, there's just people that shave their eyebrows and pencil them back in. I feel like I can't trust. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's a trust issue, and I just can't. I can't trust them. As individuals if they do that. I mean, and I know that sounds really crazy, but I am so serious right now. Like, I cannot trust you as an individual if you cut them off only to shave them back in, or tattoo them back in. I've seen, you know what? I've seen
Yeah.
people cut them off to tattoo them in, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can really I can't really take you serious as an individual if you do that. And that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah. I'll say it this much. I know a couple people who have them tattooed in because they don't have an arch. They actually have eyebrows that go straight like this. I mean, like for real. Like if you just added a little bit in here, it would be a straight up Bert. I mean, Bert from Sesame Street. So like, it just looks like they're just straight. It's straight. So I know some people will actually cut them and tattoo like arches. So it'd be like, like arches, to McDonald's, instead of like to hyphens, or whatever. But anyway, I don't know. I'm pretty low maintenance. I like
I
beauty.
can't, I'm not sure. I'm not okay with that. That's I'm not okay with that. That is the equivalent of the clown from It. Like I really just I don't know. I'm sorry to everyone who actually does shave their eyebrows. I'm very sorry. I don't understand it. I don't see the logic. You'll never make me understand that. And so I'm sorry for that, and I'm sorry for people who have straight across eyebrows who can't and whatnot. But I feel some type of way if you have hair and you cut it off only to repencil it back in, because you're really doing yourself a disservice, and you really, you have no idea, because some people don't know how to do it, and they end up looking like, people
With
out of
eyebrows up to here.
Ringling Brothers, Balloon Circus. Like, I can't. It's hard for me to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's each their own. But yeah, I guess Whoopi Goldberg was just ahead of her time or something. I don't know. So, because I know she never had eyebrows ever since I seen her. So, Yeah. Anyway, okay, so we're almost done here. It's 7:54. I just want to say I'm glad we didn't have technical difficulties this week,
Yay!
and I'm looking forward to watching Legends of Tomorrow and 13th. I do want to see
Yes, yes.
13th. I hope you do read the book, you Jack. And DC, man, if you just have 3 more shows, you'd have a show every day of the week, right? So,
I know. It'd be so good, but I mean, it'd be so good. I'm like I said, I don't have to look and see what that one was because I know it's probably on a commercial for something that I watched this week. That I'm going to watch this week. I'm going to see because I think they're going to come with something else. So I'm really excited. I'm just going to be looking and again next week, guys. There will be spoilers, FYI. So don't even get in your mind that I'm not doing it because I am. I'm spoiling
hashtag spoilers.
everything.
Hashtag spoilers. Hashtag cover your ears. Hashtag
Yes.
no. Yes. All right. Well, drive carefully. I'm glad that we got to touch base here. Hopefully next week we can get Krusty and Lena or Meow Yin over in here to weigh in. So, but for today, October 13th, 2016, it's me and LGZ. Hey. So we're just gonna say goodnight. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. See you guys next week.
And make sure Tuesday to catch our Culture Junkies 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Their show. Those guys, the fan guys. Is it fan guy a thing? Fan guy, is that a term? The fan guys.
Fanboy?
Fanboys kind of connotates that that kind of sounds a little fan men.
Okay.
Fan men. All right, guys. See you guys next week. Thank you, LGZ. Okay.
Thank you.